I was married for 26 years and we were living together for 28.
Our relationship was a total of 12 years.
Separation and family breakdown are huge stress. Huge stress.
It's around the most vulnerable times of people's lives, the most difficult times in people's lives.
And there's grief too. There's grief that you're going to be splitting up a beautiful family.
What happens is you see that people have such different points of view. They see the world from such different perspectives. And the affidavit material very rarely says anything positive. It tends to focus on the negative.
I think an adversarial mindset can start to play out in a relationship enormously quickly.
What we know is it's not the actual separation per se that's going to do the most damage to children. It's the conflict.
A 9-year-old girl once said to me, "My mum and dad don't get it. I'm half my mum and I'm half my dad, and when they're in conflict, it feels like the two halves of who I am are in conflict and I can't feel whole."
I had a gentleman sit in my office once when I was in the court, and he had papers in his hand. He said, "I've read these documents every day for a year." Every day for a year he'd read about what she'd said about him.
The point of litigation is to drive the narratives further apart. It's like you put people in the opposite corner of the boxing ring and you say, do everything you can to separate and distinguish your argument and your story from the other person's. That's really where we need to start. That is the job of an adversarial lawyer.
The more money you invest and the longer you invest yourself and your time, then the less willing you are to compromise.
Families should be encouraged to try to keep the power to make their own decisions within their family.
Once you're in the court system and once you're going to a trial, you lose control. You lose control of what happens along the way and you lose control of the outcome, clearly, because the judge is going to make a decision that's not yours any longer.
I think that if we're able to invite people to consider other options, that there are other ways, then better outcomes can be achieved.
When you focus on common ground rather than difference, it really helps people come to a settlement and come to one that everyone can live comfortably with.
I have a really passionate belief that we have some capacity to minimise intergenerational trauma here.